Good morning/afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to delve into a comprehensive overview of intimate partner and domestic violence, exploring it from legal, social, and judicial perspectives. Our focus will be on understanding key definitions, examining court processes, reviewing available support systems, and discussing important policy reforms. The goal is to equip ourselves with the knowledge needed for effective prevention and protecting victims. I look forward to taking you through this important and impactful topic. Intimate partner violence, or IPV, and domestic violence, or DV, involve abusive behaviors where one partner or family member seeks to control or harm another. This can take many forms, from physical and emotional abuse to psychological manipulation. These types of violence don't just affect individuals, they have broad social, psychological, and legal consequences. Victims often experience trauma that impacts their mental health and well-being, and these situations can require complex legal interventions. That's why it's so important to understand what IPV and DV entail. This knowledge helps us take effective steps to prevent abuse, protect those at risk, and ensure that legal systems respond appropriately. Ultimately, raising awareness benefits public health, enhances safety, and supports justice for all involved. When we talk about intimate partner violence, or IPV, we're referring to abuse that happens between people who are or were in a romantic relationship. This can take many forms: physical violence, emotional manipulation, sexual abuse, or psychological harm. It's important to understand that IPV specifically involves partners, whether currently together or separated. Now, domestic violence, or DV, is a wider concept. It includes IPV, but also covers abuse that happens in the larger domestic environment, which means it can involve other family members, not just intimate partners. So, while IPV is a subset, DV addresses violence within the home or family context as a whole. Legally, these terms can differ depending on where you are. Each jurisdiction often has specific definitions for crimes like assault, stalking, or harassment related to domestic situations. These distinctions are crucial because they determine how cases are handled in court, what protections victims can seek, and how offenders are prosecuted. Understanding these legal nuances helps clarify the different ways the law approaches and addresses domestic and intimate partner violence. Intimate partner violence and domestic violence are widespread issues that affect millions of people around the world, cutting across different ages, cultures, and social groups. When we look at the numbers, about 1 in 4 women and 1 in 10 men will experience intimate partner violence at some point in their lives, highlighting just how common this problem is. Beyond the individual toll, these forms of violence have a profound impact on society as a whole, leading to physical injuries, mental health challenges, significant economic costs, and even effects that span generations. That's why collecting accurate and comprehensive data is so crucial. It helps us understand the scope of the problem better and allows us to design targeted interventions and allocate resources where they're most needed. Domestic violence courts are specialized judicial bodies created specifically to handle cases of intimate partner violence and domestic abuse. Their main goal is to address these cases with the focused attention they require, considering the complex dynamics involved. These courts aim to improve victim safety while holding offenders accountable in a consistent and effective manner. Often, they function within either the criminal or civil justice systems, and they use multidisciplinary approaches, bringing together various professionals to work collaboratively. Additionally, they implement expedited procedures to ensure that cases are handled promptly, reducing the stress and uncertainty for victims. This specialized structure helps provide a more tailored and effective response to domestic violence situations. Domestic violence courts use specialized procedures to address the unique needs of these cases. This includes conducting risk assessments to evaluate the potential danger, issuing protective orders to keep victims safe, and providing victim advocacy to support and guide those affected. These courts also focus on holding hearings promptly, ensuring that cases move quickly without unnecessary delays. There is close coordination between law enforcement, legal representatives, and support services to create a seamless response. The overall goal of these court processes is to minimize re-traumatization for victims, strengthen safety plans, and improve monitoring and compliance among offenders, ultimately fostering a safer environment for everyone involved. Courts encounter several significant challenges in handling these cases. One major issue is evidentiary limitations, which can make it difficult to prove what happened. Additionally, victims may be reluctant to participate due to fear or trauma, and the courts must also manage safety risks during the proceedings to protect everyone involved. On the victim's side, they face their own set of barriers. Fear of retaliation is a powerful deterrent, along with economic dependency, which may make it hard for victims to leave unsafe situations. Many also lack access to vital support services that could help them through the process. Given all these complexities, judicial systems have a critical responsibility to strike a careful balance. They must uphold due process to ensure fairness, while also responding swiftly to provide protection and implement effective interventions that address the urgent needs of victims. In domestic violence courts, there's a strong focus on bringing together essential services like counseling, legal advocacy, and safety planning all in one place. This integration ensures that victims receive comprehensive support tailored to their needs. Beyond the courts, collaboration with community organizations plays a crucial role, offering victims access to shelters, healthcare services, and economic assistance. By combining these resources, we greatly enhance the empowerment of victims, helping them regain control over their lives and paving the way for their recovery. This integrated approach is key to providing effective, holistic support for survivors. When it comes to measuring the effectiveness of domestic violence courts, we look at several key indicators. These include reductions in repeat offenses, how satisfied victims feel with the process, and overall improvements in safety for those involved. To gather this information, we use various data collection methods, such as monitoring how quickly cases are processed, ensuring protective orders are properly enforced, and tracking the use of support services. Importantly, continuous evaluation plays a crucial role by allowing us to base our practices on solid evidence and make necessary policy adjustments to enhance outcomes over time. When we look at policy challenges, a few key issues stand out. First, there's inconsistent legislation that can create confusion and gaps in protection. Alongside that, limited resources often hinder effective implementation, and disparities in access to justice mean that not everyone receives the support they need. To tackle these challenges, the recommended reforms focus on strengthening victim protection through clearer policies and support systems. Improving training for court personnel is also crucial, ensuring that those involved understand the complexities and can respond appropriately. Additionally, increasing funding for support programs helps provide the necessary resources for victims. Another essential aspect is emphasizing cultural competence and adopting victim-centered approaches. This ensures that the diverse needs of different communities are met with sensitivity and respect, making the justice system more accessible and effective for everyone. Intimate partner violence and domestic violence continue to be urgent social and legal challenges that demand a coordinated and comprehensive response. Specialized domestic violence courts are essential in tackling these issues because they use tailored procedures and connect victims with critical services, making a real difference in the lives of those affected. It's also crucial to support reforms, advocate for victims, and promote public education, as these efforts enhance both prevention and the delivery of justice. Finally, when communities actively get involved, we create safer environments and better outcomes for survivors, reinforcing the importance of collective action in addressing this problem.